Being a VC, Madam VC, it is not just any role that you assume. It is a calling. It is a role that you have taken with passion, and I have seen that already. It is a responsibility to nurture not just the students, but also all of us that are sitting here, including your council, even though you report to them, but they expect nurturing from the side.
What we can promise as Ibanco is that we will follow you. We will help chart the direction forward in our different portfolios.
Welcome to UMP VC and congrats on your new role as the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Mpumalanga.
I can promise you that in my almost 30 years of higher education, a significant part of that has been in management. I've been fairly fair. I want to believe so, but firm at the same time when it's necessary to do so. So I promise that and pledge. My response is actually a pledge that listening I shall, applying my mind on things I shall, cooperation I will promote, integrity I shall maintain, ethics going with that, but accountability I will also expect.
Professor Meyiwa, we have found you to be empowering and enabling and approachable, and we know that you listen. You are a true Vice-Chancellor from those perspectives. But if I might say so, I think your true characteristic is that you support and envision and will drive the academic project.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Makura, speaking on behalf of IF. Through your chair, we had a Tumamina moment. IF is saying that if you call on us, we are here to support you. But IF is also reclaiming its strategic role in the institution. A very important time in the life of the university. So we really appreciate that message from IF that you can call on them anytime. They are there to support you, to advance the interest of the institution. Thank you. We're going to proceed with our program. We still have a number of speakers, and I'm confident that the speakers will stick to the brief. We're now going to invite the President of Convocation, newly elected President of Convocation, Mr. Moho Pudi. Over to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing I'm given less time. I'd already prepared a voluminous speech here, but I'll stick to the 2 minutes. Already I've got my timer on. If you've got yours, you can hit it running so that I don't go beyond the prescribed time. My name is Sipho Mohopudi, as introduced, the President of Convocation here at the University of Mpumalanga. I'd like to formally greet you. I won't greet you one by one respectively due to time constraints. I would have loved to do that, but with all protocols observed, I'd start with my speech. It is an honor and a profound privilege to stand before you today as the President of the University of Mpumalanga Convocation. Tonight, we gather not just to celebrate our shared legacy, but to usher in a new chapter of excellence under the leadership of our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Thenjiwe Meyiwa. As alumni and convocation combined, we are a living testament of UMP's transformative power, and we are thrilled to witness this momentous transition. Professor Thenjiwe Meyiwa brings a wealth of experience that perfectly aligns with UMP's ethos. A National Research Foundation rated scholar and seasoned expert in gender studies, indigenous knowledges, and social sciences, she has held pivotal roles at institutions like the University of South Africa and Devon University of Technology. Her journey from earning advanced degrees to leading research and innovation portfolios reflects a commitment to equity, empowerment, and academic excellence. Professor Meyiwa, your appointment is a testament to your groundbreaking work, and on behalf of Convocation, we welcome you with open arms and high expectations for the collaborative heights we'll reach together. The University of Mpumalanga has always been more than a place of learning. It's a beacon of hope for our province and beyond, fostering knowledge that uplifts communities and drives sustainable development. We have seen UMP grow from its humble beginnings into a dynamic force in higher education, producing graduates who tackle real-world challenges. And now, as we bid farewell to the past and embrace the future, we couldn't be more excited about the visionary at the helm. Kaleboa, kalina ke nna Sipho Mogopodi, ka ge ke le boditše 2 minutes a ka ifedile. Thank you.
Let's give him another round of applause. He's leading by example. We already appreciate that message from Convocation. He speaks on behalf of more than 8,000 graduates of the university. And we really appreciate that message of welcome, that message of congratulations. We're going to proceed with our program, and we invite the president of the SRC, Mr. Prosper Chilwane, to come and deliver the message on behalf of the SRC.
Chairperson of Council, Mr. Mahlalela, Madam Vice-Chancellor, I like saying that, yes, Madam Vice-Chancellor, Professor Meyiwa, members of Council, allow me to stand on the protocol that has been established because of time, you know. A disclaimer that I have a lot to say, but I'm given very much limited time. But I'll try to read through the speech that I was given by the SRC as fast as possible. Sanbonani, good evening. My name is Prosper Chilwane, the SRC president who's left with 3 days in the office. On behalf of the University of Mpumalanga student body and the leadership of the SRC, it is with great privilege to officially welcome Professor Thenjiwe Meyiwa to the University of Mpumalanga. Your appointment has been received with great optimism and excitement by our students and the UMP community at large. We are confident that your unwavering commitment to student-centeredness will bring renewed energy and vision for our institution. As student leaders, we often say, leadership is not about position, but it is about posture. And your posture of humility, compassion, and clarity of purpose gives us much hope. And as we welcome you, Madam Vice-Chancellor, we bring with us the collective expectation and heartfelt appeals of the student body. Allow me to reflect on key areas where students hope your leadership will bring transformation. Number one, students are yearning for a university that does not only focus on enrollment, but one that will embrace them. A university where its policies breathe life, where systems listen, where administration speaks the language of Ubuntu, umuntu, umuntu, ngabantu. We hope for a leadership that recognizes that mental health is as urgent as academic performance, that hunger is a barrier to success, that delays in support services translate to student suffering, that students' dignity must never be compromised by bureaucracy. Students hope for a vice-chancellor who will not only merely manage the institution but humanize it. One of the greatest wounds that linger in our institution, I think I've addressed this with you, is the broken trust in reporting cases of harassment and GBV. There have been painful moments when students felt unsupported, when cases disappeared into administrative silence, when justice felt too slow to matter. Under your leadership and with your first 16 days of activism at the University of Mpumalanga, we hope to see these concerns becoming a thing of the past. We hope to see reporting systems that will not only be functional, but be believed in, one that will be swift, compassionate, and transparent. Madam Vice-Chancellor, the heartbeat of our university extends beyond the gates of our 2 campuses. A significant proportion of our students live off campus in areas where the university student support structures are limited. These students often feel invincible, struggling with transport challenges, unregulated accommodation conditions, much safety concerns. Students hope to see an institutional shift, a support system that will ensure no student feels neglected simply because they stay off campus. A university, Madam Vice-Chancellor, is more than just lecture halls. It is a living, breathing space of culture, ideas, talent, and community. Students long for a campus that is not only vibrant on paper, but lived experience, where you have sports that inspire pride, where societies are there to shape identity, arts that celebrate our culture, spaces where young people discover themselves. We believe under your leadership, vibrancy will be a lived reality. Number 5, and hopefully almost last. Siyabuso campus holds a special soul in UMP. It is not merely a campus, it is a hub of potential. Students hope to see the campus grow in infrastructure, academic offerings, student life, and strategic investment. We hope to see Siyabuso elevated to its rightful status as a center of excellence with resources that match its ambition and programs that attract local and national interest. Lastly, Madam Vice-Chancellor, Mpumalanga is a province rich in minerals, agriculture, tourism, and energy potential. Our academic programs must speak to our geographic region and economic aspiration. We must speak to opportunity. Students hope to see a future where UMP becomes a leading institution in engineering sciences, mining studies, renewable energy technologies, and other fields that feed into the economic potential of our province. As students, we want to be partners in building the economy of Mpumalanga. We hope that through your leadership, UMP will be positioned as a strategic contributor to the regional workforce and knowledge economy. Madam Vice-Chancellor, allow me to conclude, even though I have so much to say. UMP students hold high hopes in your leadership. They look to you as a leader who will place them at the center, who will preserve the integrity of our academic project, and who will continue building an institution grounded in excellence, accountability, and care. As Maya Angelou once said, hope and fear cannot occupy the same space. Invite one to stay. Tonight, as we welcome you, Madam Vice-Chancellor, we invite hope. Siyakwamukela ekhaya, VC, inyuvesi yaseMpumalanga. Siyabonga.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Chilwane, speaking on behalf of about 11,800 students as their president, and he spoke very well, making a lot of calls and requests. But in so doing, the president of the SRC believes that your presence, Vice-Chancellor, is a moment of hope, a call to humanize the institution, a call to advance student-centeredness. And you have already done so in your first message to the university community to say that student-centeredness is very important for you. We are going to proceed with our program, and we're going to request the leadership of organized labor. We're going to start with Ndeu, and we're going to invite Mr. Smosa to come and deliver the message on behalf of Ndeu. Over to you.
Thank you, Program Director. The SRC President has said it all. I don't know whether I should continue. Okay. Chairperson of Council, former Chairperson of Council in present, members of Council. Dr. Mthembu, you will correct me if it's a member of council or council members. MENCO members in present, convocation, colleagues, all protocol observed. Good evening. From my fundamental point of departure, please allow me to start by thanking the Chairperson of Council, Mr. Sabelo Matlalela, for inviting us to be part of this beautiful welcoming ceremony. On behalf of the National Tertiary Education Union, NTEU, we are greatly honored to be part of this ceremony. And we welcome you, Professor Thenjiwe Meyiwa. Welcome to the University of Mpumalanga. I did not write a speech, but I just took some points, because as organized labor, we know what our members are going through. Colleagues, let me indicate that as Nteu, we have a shared commitment to the core values that we think will make this institution to thrive even better. These include, amongst others, the values of respect, equity, fairness, ethical and good governance, transparency, accountability, and mutual support, just to mention a few. We also believe, Vice-Chancellor, that a good relationship between the management and organized labor is key to the success of any institution. Vice-Chancellor, we were there. We witnessed when you were sharing your vision to the panel members. And I can confirm that we were also charmed as organized labor. So we understand that taking that vision into a reality is going to require a lot. And we are ready to work with you. We are ready to support you. Remember, we are the ground forces. Your soldiers, when they are feeling, I just need a proper word. Your soldiers, when they feel exhausted, they come to us. Then we will always come to your office constantly, seeking for solutions. We have got a common interest. Organized labor together with the management, we want to see a UMP flying high. But sometimes as organized labor, you will find that the way we see things is not the same as the way the management see things. So let us try to find amicable solution for the best interest of the institution. I will retaliate, Vice-Chancellor. You sold your vision to us. We bought it. Along the way, if you forget, we will come and remind you. With that being said, normally I'm taller, but today, for the interest of time, let me be short. Welcome to UMP, Vice-Chancellor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Simosa from TEU. There you have it, Vice-Chancellor. Labor wants to have a good relationship with management. Their interests are very clear. They want to work with management to advance the interest of the institution. We're now going to invite a message by Nehau that will be delivered by the chairperson of Nehau, Mr. Soko. Over to you.
distinguished guests, good evening. I will try, Program Director, to stick to the script the best I could so that I don't repeat what has already been said, emphasized, and re-emphasized. But before I do so, thank you to the Chairperson of Council for inviting us to give a brief message to this gathering. Welcome, Prof. Thenjiwe to the University of Mpumalanga. I represent workers under the banner of NEHAW. So, Chairperson of Council, this week, Prof. Thenjiwe write to staff and students. In her message, I would like really to quote verbatim the first sentence in relation to workers who are sitting in this room today. Prof. Thenjiwe say, our staff are a foundation upon which great universities are built. That's what Prof. Thenjiwe say. She says our staff are a great foundation to what great universities are built. And it's profound because we are sitting in a miraculously clean environment today. That is the subject of workers. And Chairperson of Council and the Vice-Chancellor, what workers that have been representing for quite a while have always insisted on us for is fairness. Fairness as a subject of a principle. Because it's great to have big personalities, but great institutions are built by systems. So the strength of the system will tell you that even in your absence, we are not going to be worried about an institution that is likely to ban should you be invited to deliver an academic paper in feminism in the United States. So it's very important that that must not be missed. So in the 2 minutes that they've invited us to come and say on behalf of workers, Vice-Chancellor, is that workers will always request one thing and one thing only, that in your daily dealings with them, you always exercise fairness, and fairness that is bound by principle. With those words, thank you very much and welcome to the University of Mpumalanga.
Thank you, Mr. Soko. Let's give him another round of applause. Very short, clear message, straight to the point, a call for fairness. A very important principle that Labour is requesting for. They commit to work in the interest of the institution, but all they're asking for is fairness. We're going to continue with our program. We're almost at the end of it. I know that we've been sitting down for some time. I think before we invite the Chair of Council, I'm looking at my left. I see Butari is there. Possibly she can give us one item before the Chair of Council comes to the podium. Butari, over to you.
The opportunities which are bestowed within me today are quite a reminder that as women, we do have a seat on the table. What does it mean to walk the grounds of UMP, where every ambition reaches towards the future and every effort shapes what is to come? It is a place where knowledge and vision light the way. Indlela ibuzwa ubaphambili. For here, the path is learned from those who came before us, guiding us towards progress and purpose. My poem is titled, ode to the University of Mpumalanga. From the dawn of Mpumalanga skies, a beacon of knowledge began to rise. In 2013, our journey took flight, a seed of hope shining bright. University of Mpumalanga, our home, where dreams are born, where minds awaken with each new dawn. We walk the luhambo lwemhlahlandlela, our guiding way. Through challenges faced, we never sway. Excellence echoes in every hall, integrity standing firm, answering the call. Innovation sparks where ideas meet, and Ubuntu binds us, marking our learning complete. Our history hums in the corridors air, voices of pioneers who dared to care, a promise to serve, to uplift, to ignite. Every student, every scholar into the light. Knowledge and purpose intertwined in our stride, diversity celebrated with nothing to hide. Professor Thenjiwe Meyiwa, welcome to the University of Mpumalanga. La kuphumilanga khona. Thank you.
Invite Mr. Mahlalela to come forward and come and give us an address. His is not a message, his is an address, and he may speak longer than the 2 minutes because he's the chairperson of council, but he's also our host. He's the one who invited us. Let's give him a round of applause as he comes forward.
Program Director, Mr. Obisi. Firstly, let me acknowledge the presence of the former chairperson of council, Professor Emeritus David Mabunda. Deputy chairperson of council, members of council, Vice-Chancellor Professor Meyiwa, members of Imenco, members of Senate, members of the Institutional Forum, the Student Representative Council, the leadership of Nehau and of Nteu, the Executive Committee of the Convocation, all protocol observed. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, Sanbonan. Let's begin by thanking God for this beautiful day. This is a day the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Let me also thank you all for responding to the invitation to join us tonight. This evening is both special and historic. This is the evening when we welcome our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Meyiwa, to UMP. UMP is a creature of statute. The statute of the University of Mpumalanga gives effect to any law relating to the University of Mpumalanga and to promote the effective and responsible management and governance of the university in respect of matters not expressly prescribed by any law. Our powers and functions are derived from the statute. Operating outside the statute will render such an act ultra vires. The council, the management, the staff, the Senate, the institutional forum, the convocation, the Students' Representative Council are important structures of the university. Their powers and functions are derived from the statute. I am glad that the leadership of UMP community is here tonight. We are all here jointly to welcome our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Meyiwa. On the 22nd of May 2024, during a special council meeting, the council took a decision to commence with the recruitment process of the new Vice-Chancellor. The process was not easy, and failure was not an option. There were too many acts of sabotage, intimidations, and interferences. But the council remained resolute and led the process till the end. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the men and women who were involved in the recruitment process of the new Vice-Chancellor. The Appointment Committee, the Human Resource Committee of Council, the Senate, the Institutional Forum, the Management Committee, the Student Representative Council, NEHAU, TEU, the Executive Committee of Council, and Council of UMP. So you can see that the decision of appointing the new Vice-Chancellor was a decision of all of us. Thank you for a job well done. Those who were at the interviews will tell you that the process of interview started with a prayer. It was clear that the divine intervention was necessary to ensure that a correct appointment is achieved. And I have no doubt in my mind that our prayers were answered. We have the best Vice-Chancellor with us today. Guided by our institutional statute and policies, the rigorous process to appoint a new Vice-Chancellor was concluded by Council on the 27th of March, 2025. The UMP Council decided to appoint Professor Meyiwa as the Vice-Chancellor. In approving the appointment, Council took into consideration key attributes required to occupy the position of Vice-Chancellor at UMP, which among others included recognized academic standing and track record of visionary, transformational, and ethical leadership in higher education, at least 10 years of experience of executive management leadership experience in higher education, and a sound understanding of the governance and management, including the operations at a university. The commitment of harnessing technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship in enhancing the attainment of graduate attributes as a value proposition of UMP. A clear understanding of the university's role and its commitment to the teaching and learning, research, and engagement project. We all can agree today that Professor Meyiwa brings a wealth of experience and expertise to the role of having served in different capacities in various universities. Ladies and gentlemen, you know by now that the transitional period and the handover from the former Vice-Chancellor, Professor Togomayiges, was concluded on the 31st of October, 2025. We are excited, Professor Meyiwa, that you've decided to join UMP as the Vice-Chancellor. We are confident that you will build on this foundation that has already been laid. With your leadership, UMP will grow from strength to strength and from glory to glory. In this room, we have the leadership of UMP at all levels. It is this collective leadership that will propel UMP to greater heights. Madam Vice-Chancellor, you are joining a winning team, the UMP community. Our guiding light is the Vision 2030, the strategic plan that is defined in greater details in our annual performance plans. Accordingly, we've defined our vision of the vision for UMP to be an African university leading in creating opportunities for sustainable development through innovation. This vision must be at the center of our daily activities, understood by all what we mean to be an African university, what we mean to be leading in creating opportunities for sustainable development, and the role innovations will play in the actualization of this vision. Artificial intelligence has arrived. Rejecting it and be left behind is not an option. As a young university without historical baggage consistent with our vision, AI is the biggest opportunity for UMP. Our mission is to offer high-quality educational and training opportunities that foster the holistic development of students through teaching and learning, research, and scholarship engagement in collaboration with strategic partners. Madam Vice-Chancellor, your leadership, innovation, and managerial skills will be crucial in creating an enabling environment to unlock UMP's potential towards the realization of its vision. Every member of the UMP community matters and has a role to play to realize the UMP vision. It is not us as individuals, but us as a collective that will propel the UMP to greater heights. When we celebrate our successes, we must remember that UMP as a brand is bigger than all of us as individuals. Our strategic plan is underpinned by a very strong value system. As we move forward towards the realization of our common vision, UMP wants to remain committed to upholding the highest standards of excellence in its actions, functions, and services. At all times, in all situations, the actions and interactions of the university must be characterized by undeviating honesty, by utmost fairness, caring for one another as fellow human beings, and treating one another with the utmost respect. We want to continue to use our diversity to unlock a range of interactions and enhance our exposures to a variety of diverse cultures, backgrounds, views, and opinions. As an engaged institution, we want to continue to actively seek out opportunities for collaboration with all our stakeholders in maximizing the development of human potential and socio-economic development for the benefit of the UMP community. We want to continue to acknowledge our ever-changing knowledge context, institutional environment, and social situations, and therefore continue to promote and foster adaptability at UMP. We want to continue to ensure that UMP remain relevant and endorses the need for its academic programs, research activities, and engagement projects to respond to its context. We want to continue to value inspiration, that allows and encourage others to achieve beyond expectations. As the Council, we will continue to provide you all the support you need, Madam Vice-Chancellor, and your management team. We will continue to oversee the overall implementation of our strategic plan. We will not interfere in the day-to-day running of the university. However, we will hold management accountable. Guided by the UMP statute and agreed policies and procedures, our targets are set in our strategic plan. And coincidentally, they coincide with the period, the 5-year term of office of the Vice-Chancellor. So we're clear as the Council and also as the university about our targets, what we want to achieve by 2030. By 2030, we want a functional governance and management framework that facilitates effective and efficient decision-making to advance the vision of UMP in full compliance with all the relevant regulatory frameworks to be in place. By 2030, UMP must have established a prevailing research and innovation culture and develop research excellence in selected niche areas and established functioning research support systems. By 2030, UMP must be able to offer a context-relevant program qualification mix that includes undergraduates and post-qualifications. By 2030, UMP must have a comprehensive set of effective and efficient functioning support services. By 2030, students of UMP must have access to services that promote the holistic development of each and every student. In the next 5 years, our success shall not only be measured by how many graduates we produce at UMP, but also how many of our graduates have been absorbed by the marketplace. So really, in the next 5 years, we have to focus on the absorption capacity that really we need to achieve. By 2030, UMP must be widely recognized for its responsiveness to societal needs through collaboration and mutual beneficial partnerships at local, regional, and international level. By 2030, UMP must have a sound financial management and control systems for financial sustainability. By 2030, UMP must have a value-driven and performance-focused institutional culture in our human resources. As UMP, we have made significant progress the past 11 years. 11 years ago, we enrolled 169 students. This year, 2025, we've enrolled 11,885 students. That is 6,933% growth in 11 years. Our enrollment target for 2030 is 17,445. 445 students. That is 47% increase in 5 years. This will mean growth in many areas of the business of UMP, including an increase in our operational expenses. The level of growth will require a certain degree of innovation when coming to additional revenue. The third stream income for the university. This is where, Madam Vice-Chancellor, we will need to leverage on strategic relationships around the world and to bring additional revenue or resources to UMP. I've been just studying other universities around the world, how they deal with some of these issues. One university that has really attracted my attention is the Stanford University. And I want to share this information. Stanford University is one of the most successful universities in the world in creating companies and licensing its inventions to existing companies. It is often considered as the model for technology transfer. Stanford is described as having a strong venture culture in which students are encouraged and often funded to launch their own companies. Companies founded by Stanford alumni generates more than 2.7 trillion US dollars in annual revenue and have created some 5.4 million jobs since the 1930s. Larry Page, as you know, a Stanford alumni, founded Google in 1998. Today, Google market capitalization is approximately 3.8 trillion US dollars, making Larry Page the second richest person in the world. Okay. According to PageBook, from 2006 to 2017, in a period of 11 years, Stanford produced 1,127 company founders as alumni, more than any other university in the world. These founders created about 957 companies. Stanford, as a university, has shareholding in various listed companies, including Google, HP Incorporated, Cisco, Nike, Micron Technology, Netflix, Shopify, Tesla, to mention a few. Very interestingly, also Elon Musk, who is the richest man on earth, was a Stanford graduate. So what I'm saying is that just to share some information about, and I say this because I want to suggest where UMP should position itself as we move forward in the near future. Stanford University is now worth more than 40.8 billion US dollars. This includes university's endowment, real estate assets, and other investment managed by Stanford Management Company. The endowment supports about 20% of Stanford operating expenses on an annual basis, funding their vital programs, scholarships, and research. So as UMP, we must dream big. Benchmark ourselves with the best in the world, so that by 2030, that is in 5 years' time, we will have established a very strong foundation for revenue, for the third, third stream income. We must always remember that when we start our work at 8 o'clock in the morning, our competitors in Japan have started 9 hours ahead of us. In China, in Singapore, in Malaysia, they've started 6 hours ahead of us. They have time and technology on their side, and we have a lot of catching up to do. We cannot afford to lose a minute of productivity. Lastly, we thank you, Vice-Chancellor, for joining us at UMP. We're excited about working with you. We wish you a great success in your tenure as a Vice-Chancellor. May God bless you. We welcome you to UMP. I thank you.
Thank you. Let's give another round of applause to the chairperson of council, Mr. Mahlalela. The message is clear. Vision 2030 is clear in a sense that it cuts across, but it's also a very important call to pursue financial sustainability, to embrace innovation, and to see to it that when we talk of sustainability of a university, we talk right across. Madam Vice-Chancellor, there's a challenge to you to leverage on partnerships in the province, in the country, as well as globally, to ensure that UMP claims its place in higher education in South Africa, in the continent, and in the world. If Stanford University can do it, so can we. We really appreciate that message. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to serve our dinner. Before we continue with our program, and I'd like to request that the first table, being this one, may you please use this door, followed by that table, thereafter the third and the fourth. We're going to request that they go and serve the dinner, they come back and enjoy the dinner. It's dinner after all, isn't it? And then once they're back, they've settled, then the tables where the president of the SRC convocation, they can do the same. I know I might have rushed you to speak for 2 minutes, but when you enjoy your dinner, don't rush. Enjoy it, and then we'll continue with our program. Thank you.